Hi. So in this session, I am going to demonstrate how we can push Docker images in AWS Elastic Container Registry. So just like JFrog, Docker Hub, Elastic Container Registry is belongs to AWS and it being used to store the Docker container images. And the prerequisite for this hands-on is that AWS CLI must be installed and Docker client must be installed on our virtual machine. And these are the steps which we are going to follow. So first of all, we will create an IAM user. Then we will connect with our EC2 instance where Docker client has been installed. Then using the uh, IAM user which we have created in first step, we will connect with our AWS CLI, and then we will get further instruction on the AWS ECR dashboard itself. So let's start the demo. So first of all, I am going to create an IAM user. So click on users, click on create user, give name to this user. So ECR user I am giving, then click on next. Now we have to attach some policy with this user. So click on attach policies directly and search for containers. So here you can see Amazon EC2 container registry full access. Click on it, and Amazon Elastic Container Registry public full access. These two policy we have to attach with our user. So click on next. So these are the two policy we are attaching. Click on create user. So user has been created. Click on ECR user, which we have just created, and click on create access key. So why we are creating this access key? Because our use case is command line interface. So use case is CLI. Click on this confirmation checkbox. Next, create access key, and we will use this to interact with AWS command line interface. Next, connect with the machine EC2 instance. So I have already connected and I am using Ubuntu EC2 instance, and Docker has been already installed. So I am writing Docker images. So you can see there is no Docker image available. And so now using the command AWS configure, we will start command line interface. So it is asking for AWS access key. So copy this, paste here. Then secret access key, copy it, paste here. Then default region name is AP South 1 and output from JSON. So we have configured AWS CLI. Next, we have to move on Elastic Container Registry dashboard. So this is Amazon ECR dashboard, and you can see that ECR is a fully managed container registry that makes it easy to store, manage, share, and deploy our container images and artifacts anywhere. And these are the advantages of ECR. It is fully managed, secure, highly available, simplified workflow, and public collaboration is easy. So click on get started. So first of all, we have to create a repository, and there are two uh, methods we can create repository. We can create a private repository, or we can also create a public repository. So for now, we are going to create a private repository, and here we have give name to a repository, and here you can see your the account ID, and then uh, .dkr, ECR, EP South. This is the reason. Then here we have to give a name. So I am giving dizzy both new repo. So and just click on create a repository. So repository has been created dizzy both hyphen new repo. Then here only you can see view push command on the top right corner, view push command, and click on it, and here you are getting the options, further options, which will help us to push Docker images inside the AWS ECR. And depending on the operating system which we are using, if you are using Mac OS Linux, then you can follow this one. If you are using Windows, then you have to follow these instructions. So as I am using Ubuntu Linux, then I am following this one. So first step is retrieve an authentication token, so, and authenticate your Docker client to your registry. So in this first step, there are two things. First, authentication token get being created, and using the Linux pipe command. This is the Linux pipe command, passing this password to authenticate Docker client to interact with our AWS registry. So just copy it and paste here. So login succeeded. It means that we have successfully authenticated our Docker to with the AWS ECR. Next, we have to build the Docker image, and this is the command. In the last, I will provide the video link in which we have created a containerized application. You can follow that also, that how to create Docker images, how to create containers, and then on that container how you can host your application. So Docker build -t for tag, and this is the name of the image which we are going to use, and then dot. It means that Docker file is available in this current working directory, and we are using that Docker file to create Docker image. This all discussion we have already done in a previous video, which I will share in the description box. You should follow it. So it is building, and Docker image has been created. Now check it, Docker images. So you can see digiboth hyphen new repo tag is latest, and this is the image ID created 12 seconds ago. Just we have created a Docker image. Then next, what we have to do, we have to tag this image so that we can push the image to the AWS ECR repository. So this is the step which we have to follow, that is tagging. For that, there is a command docker tag. So docker tag, and this is the old name of the image, docker digiboth hyphen new repo colon. This is the tag latest, and then here new tag which we are going to provide to our image with tag latest. Click enter, and now use Docker images. So you can see this the in the new latest image which we have just tagged is available, and now this one we will able to push in our Docker ECR repository. So this is the last step. Sorry, here. So Docker push, and what the image which we are which one we are pushing, the tagged one which we have just tagged. So this is the image, and let me show you the current status of our this repository digibot new repo. So here there is no images available because we are going to push it just now. So click enter, and it is, you can see it is pushing, it is in process. So it depends on how what is the size of our image. So you can see it has been pushed latest digest, and this is the SHA, and this is the size. And then let me check on here on the repo. Click refresh, just refresh it, and you can see the image latest with tag latest artifact type image has been pushed inside the repository. So this is our demonstration. In this session, we have successfully uh, pushed Docker image from our Docker or a virtual machine to AWS ECR registry. So if you have any query regarding AWS CLI installation or any other query, then please comment. I will give my best answer to you, and then you can easily proceed with this. And in next lab, we will see how to use Elastic Container Service. For that, thank you very much. Have a nice day.